Good evening, everyone. We are back with more Dark Tide. As you see the caster here. So, without any further ado, who are you? What are you? And to celebrate yesterday, which was National Fire Pup Day, what is your favourite type of dog? And how good would it be at fighting fires? Starting with Rowan.
Hello, I am Rowan, and I am playing Juniper, a little cat creature thing who is currently wandering around trying to fly. My favourite type of dog, Rottweiler. I don't know, they're so cute and so big and so friendly. And when I went to do my dissertation, I stayed with an old lady in Ireland. But she used to go to the gym, so she keep a Rottweiler who was my best friend by the end of that week. He would get anxiety because he was in my lap. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
This dog weighed twice as much as I did.
Yep. I love Rottweilers. They're beautiful, beautiful creatures. Such big, cuddly idiots. All right.
It's soft.
Yeah. Eden?
Hello, I'm Eden. My character is Wraith, a mortician and horse resurrector. And he, well, sorry, not he. My favourite dog is a Jack Russell Terrier, I think. I like the little energetic buggers. Watch them dash about.
That's
my nan had Jack, not my nan, my aunt who lived next door to my nan, so Tess the pest was always there as well. And one time we found a dead owl in Ireland, don't ask. And I was trying to find it again so I could get the feet, don't ask. And Tess helped me find it. She was great.
I have questions. I have so many questions.
Look, there's not a lot to do in Ireland.
There really
I
isn't.
wanted to try and do like some salting feet and get some feathers. And my uncle threw it into the bush before I could get them. And so I decided the next day that I'm going to go find the owl again. Thanks, Tess.
Thanks, Tess.
Oh, Rowan. I love it.
All right, next is Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth, our very grumpy Dalish elf healer. And my favourite dog is boxers because I don't care. Their faces are just adorable. And my favourite boxer was my brother's partner's one called Fudge, who is like the sweetest dog in the world. But he was also he always looked sad, but he was the most happiest man in the world. He would just like rest his head in your lap whenever he'd think that like you needed it at all. He'd just be like, "Hi, have my head." Yeah. Boxers.
All right. And finally then, Mr. Tom.
Hello. My favourite fire dog. Aren't fire dogs typically Dalmatians?
Yes.
Dalmatians are pretty cool. Honestly, most dogs are pretty cool. I tend to prefer the larger, dopier sort than the little angry ones. But, you know, that's just me.
The small ones with attitude.
The only ones I don't like are Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are the spawn of Satan.
Nah, sausage dogs are the spawn of Satan.
No, sausages are adorable.
But they're cute.
Daffys are so cute.
They might be cute, but my god, they've got some.
They are
anger
divas.
issues.
Oh, yeah, they're divas, yeah.
They're divas. They're more divas than angry.
Yeah, I remember there was one when we took Mox to puppy training. There was one little sausage dog and it was adorable, but my god, it would like properly like fall on its back and be like anything. It was just such a
There's a
diva.
sausage dog club here, and there's like a whole horde of them that go on walks around the parks and stuff, and they all get together on like they've got a Facebook group and everything. And you
It's
just
adorable.
see them. It's so cute. There's like 20 of them. They're absolutely adorable. They all hang out once a month. It's really funny. It must be like some like litter or like family of like dashies, but they're so cute.
They're adorable. All right,
I've
well.
asked him to draw our characters as our favourite dogs now. I don't think it would work.
All right, so since Amy was not here last week, what happened last week?
Yes, what happened?
What didn't happen?
We rode
There's a
past through the
murder.
woods.
There's a murder. There was
War
fire. Yeah.
More crimes.
More horse death
More
and
horse-
resurrection.
Okay.
A cat horse.
Cat horse as well.
I did see the pictures in the Discord. I did have questions, but I was at a
Yeah, well, you're
wedding
not
at
getting
the
any
time.
answers to them.
Yeah, I'm not.
But the basic thing-
What's Ruth walking in? What's Ruth waking up to, basically?
the basic train of events was we are riding the cart through the woods, and there's a toll booth of sorts, a ramshackle thing with some bandits in it. And we aren't having any of that. We're not stopping, basically. We try and keep going, and they kind of stop us for a second and try and take a toll. We refuse, and we're like, nope, we're moving on, we're not paying your toll, sod off. They've got some kind of mark that they want to put on the cart if we pay, but we're not. We take some paint they've got, or Juniper does, and then ride on. And
Yeah.
as we go, we can hear buzzing, and big old bees. Huge bees, dog-sized bees.
Bees of unusual size.
They were
Bees of unusual
rabbit-sized
size.
bees, but yes, carry on.
Depends on the
Chihuahua bees.
Chihuahua babies. Chihuahua babies.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
So
jeez.
we're hiding in the cart. I splashed some paint on the top in an attempt to kind of get the bees to fuggle off.
It does not work.
It does not work. The bees kill one of our horses. Straight up. So, no, they kill both of them, and then Wraith resurrects one of them, and then I turn into a cat horse to keep the cart moving.
Oh yeah, because you have shapeshifting. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I never fucking use it. I never need to use it, but currently Juniper is a cat horse pulling the cart.
Oh my god.
We sort of described it as, imagine a horse with paws and a slightly cat-like face.
Okay.
And a cat tail.
The other horse didn't fare so well. After
Stuck.
death and resurrection, it
Dripped meat everywhere.
Which the bees came and ate, and
the
that was kind of a
flesh
distraction
sort
for a
of just
moment.
fell off the bones, like a really, really tender bit of horse meat, but you know, alive.
And then some old man accosted us and tried to get us to remove a darkspawn beehive. Hello, you. In which we technically did.
We set fire underneath it and seemed to bake it. But on the way out, he kind of blocked the path, being like, "You can't leave this place on fire." And we kind of rode straight through him because he didn't get out of the way. And
Because
we went on
the
town
bees
and
were after us, hundreds of them, and the forest was now on fire.
God.
And yeah, we ended up in town while the locals kind of mobilized to try and put out this forest fire that we'd left behind. And the very last moment was Wraith holding onto the Weatherstone, trying his utmost to try and cry, so that Weatherstone would actually like open the skies and rain might help the situation. But that's where we left things.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we done a murder.
You done a murder.
Again.
We done a
Oh
murder.
no! We done it again! We done it again!
Several
Murdering
times.
hobos. Murdering hobos that we are.
Yeah.
I mean, in our defense, what the fuck could we have done against like 200 darkspawn bees when our characters are, you know, a fireman, God, Tom, what's your character this time? A bard,
Oh yeah.
a cat horse.
Are you still Victor the Bard? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
You're still
There was a
alive.
couple moments where I was on fire, and there was a couple minutes where I was like, please, please, please don't die. I can't be bothered with making another one so soon.
Yeah, he nearly died again.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
as night's beginning to fall, there is still mass hysteria in the village you're in, as people are still rushing from the village to the obvious blaze inferno that is the fire. It's about 2-3 miles away, but it's the closest village. People are still rushing towards it to try and deal with it, because the fire is still burning quite strong. As you're watching from the village, you can see that it's swept like about maybe like 2 hours of the clock further along from where it started.
Yeesh.
So the fire is going quite strongly on this forest. As I'm sure Ruth has just woken up from his power nap, and everyone else is sitting sullenly in the bar. At this point,
Gonna wander in and just be like, "I'm in a new place, all right?
it's like, why does it smell like burning wood and sugar?
Why is a soot in the air?
No
What have you
comment.
done now?"
Darkspawn bees in the forest. We set a fire. It was the prudent thing to do at the time, I promise you.
Did you set the entire forest on fire? What is this?
Accidentally. But, you know, the bees aren't there anymore, so that's nice.
Juniper puts up a little paw and says, I ran a man over.
Yeah, you
What
did.
do you mean you set the forest on fucking fire?
Well, I mean, take a guess here, Ruth. Look, my nerves are just a tad frayed. What do you think it means that we set the forest on fire?
I mean, you didn't have to set the entire fucking thing on fire.
Yeah, well, there wasn't much of a choice once the fire was started as to where and when it burned. You couldn't just say, oh, excuse me, fire, once you've quite finished burning up that horrific darkspawn hive of bees, please would you mind putting yourself out?
Ooh,
All right.
that's on bees?
Yeah, real
Big
fun.
ones.
Glad I
Big
that,
bees.
actually.
Big bees
Yeah,
go
bet you are.
buzz.
Yes. That's generally what
Buzz.
bees do. Alright then.
Dennis jumps on the table and starts jumping up and down, screaming the word buzz over and over again.
Yes, well done, Pat. Sit down before you hurt yourself.
This point, the barman sort of walks over and goes, did you say you started that fire?
No, they said they saw who started the fire.
Oh, it'd be good to know. I'm surprised the wizard's not put it out yet. He's usually quite overpowering with that stuff. We don't like getting happened to his forest.
I bet.
Does someone own it?
Oh, it's owned by this old wizard chap.
Oh.
An older gentleman. Does he wear robes?
Oh, aye. He lives in the forest on his own. You never know where he actually lives. He sort of like portals around a lot. But he's very overprotective of his forest. Don't let people go through it. Sells these giant buckets of honey he gets, charges quite a lot of money for them. But, they've got great healing purposes.
Right. Honey.
Well, let's just hope none of that honey was contaminated.
You
I need
what?
another drink. I need another drink.
Yeah, come right up, young master.
Alright.
So are you just gonna drink your sorrows away for the rest of the evening?
Well, I am.
Wraith,
Don't know about you lot, but I am.
Wraith is a bit shell-shocked and once again having one of those moments of just like, oh, how far have I gone? Like, this is a real descent in terms of like his personal behaviour, and he's now kind of running with the group without thinking. So yeah, he's just going to be downing fine brandy if he can.
Drew's just gonna be like keeping an eye on everybody, but he's like, right, I'm going to scam them out of cards while they get drunk. Who wants a game of cards? Give me your money. Come on then.
Juniper runs off and then probably tries to nick one of your cards.
Excellent.
I just love the idea of dealing cards to Juniper, and it's like, what have you got? 2! 2 what? 2 cards! But I've got 17. I've got 2!
I'm afraid you lose your cards. These are mine now. I'll put them in the knife fund.
Okay. I don't think she cares about money.
No, I don't
cares
think she
about
does.
knives.
That's why Ruth's playing cards with her. He's like, she's not going to get drunk, but she's going to play cards and not care. I'll just take all your money.
Yep, just losing consistently, but glad that she's getting knives out of it.
Yep. It's just like, you might as well just give me your money. Joni, you just might as well give it to me.
Occasionally bops like 4 cards down instead of 1. 5! I win!
We're playing Wicked Grace, not Snap!
Snap!
No! It's fine. Just sit and drink my rum.
So you spend the rest of the night doing that. Early the next morning, you are woken by the sound of what looks like quite a large procession arriving in town. And as you sort of look out of your sort of windows to the town outside, you see a massive procession of what looks like militia, sort of marching through the town. And you hear someone running into the inn downstairs, going, "We've just arrived. What's going on with this fire?" "Oh, someone set fire to the forest. It's all ablaze." Thank you for that, Luther. So what about that mushroom wizard you told us about? Where is he? We can't find him. We don't know where he's gone. Don't know why he's letting this happen. Usually he'd have put it out by now. All right, well, we'll take the man up the hill and we'll try and get it all put out. So as you watch this obvious procession of exhausted men start marching towards the burning forest, you see a small vendor just pop up at the side in a caravan, offering quality used weapons. Can you not stand on my cable, please? Can you not stand on my cable, please? I need those cables. I do. I need them. So there's a vendor just popped up saying quality used weapons, and he seems to have quite a bit of a hubbub around his store from the militia as they walk past, but most of them begin to tail off. What would you like to do now?
I assume work off the hangovers that we've been building up all night.
Mm.
Well, you lot had hangovers. Like, Ruth was just sipping his rum.
I think,
Ruth has memories of what happened last time.
No, he doesn't.
That's the point.
No, not last time. Last time the drinking happened in serious quantities. Ay.
I think Wraith will go talk to the barman and ask, is there anybody operating in the area from the Gray Wardens? Do they have an outpost here?
Oh, Gray Warden. Oh, that wizard's a Gray Warden. Retired one. Well, apparently that's why he likes to be on his own. He told people that, he's done his Grey Warden years, and he's gonna sort of, instead of going the deep roads, he's gonna go and look after some forest. You can go talk to him.
Why the fuck doesn't take care of the bee problem then? Why did he ask us?
Is there any current Grey Warden outposts nearby?
Oh, there's a small one about, well, I don't know if it's abandoned or not. I've not seen anyone there for a while, but the Elysian Grey Wardens used to have a small camp at the foot of the hill over there. He points over to Justin. He sort of brings a map up and he points next to the river. There's a small mark that designates a camp. And he goes, about here.
Are there any large cities on this map?
No.
No.
There's the small village you're in now, and there's a couple of other small villages dotted around, but it seems to be like a sort of
a local map.
Sort of local finding map rather than a big enough map to have cities on it.
Oh.
You're very loud. Can you not be so loud cleaning yourself, please? Sorry.
Wraith rolls up his sleeve and shows the barman the symbol and says, well, we're here on Grey Warden business, so I suppose we should go and check out that camp, and maybe if we run into that man. And he looks side-eyes towards Juniper and Victor, knowing full well that we're not going to run into this man unless I go and resurrect him, which would probably be a really bad idea, given the way that that's gone so far.
Quite.
All right. So you head off. Are you all heading off to this village?
Yeah, I suppose. Because we still need to be initiated into the warden. So
Did anybody want to check the weapons vendor before we left?
We could check that before we leave if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the staff that I've acquired. But there might be a chance for an upgrade for somebody.
Can I just nick all the knives?
You can nick the knives if you want.
Yeah, just casually knock over his stand, and when he goes to fix it, just
swipe it all. Are there any staffs? Any other staffs?
You go over and look at the vendor. He does seem to have most of his gear. It seems to be covered in blood or mud, and
Yeah, thought that.
he kind of goes, "Oh, they're genuine weapons. All genuine weapons. You know, they've all been used. You know,
I can see that.
they've all seen combat. They're all provable use in combat. Quality weapons. Quality weapons."
Well, the lack of an owner precludes that they weren't successful.
Oh,
Successful
they're very
weapons.
successful. They found better things and just discarded these on the road. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
I mean, look at this here. I mean, you know, this gentleman must have found better. And he holds up a staff, and you see etched into the middle of the staff itself seems to be the same symbol you have on your wrist. I mean, who would use a thing like this? A quality warrior, yeah.
Actually, that's an apprentice staff.
Oh,
It's actually not worth that much.
but well, I was informed that it was quite a valuable one by, you know, the person who.
You see the mark on it?
He turns it around and goes, "Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's from the circle. You see, that's level 1 staff.
the circle, you say."
Yes,
Oh,
but they
well,
hand
I didn't realise it was from the circle.
Yes,
That brings it up
that's
in
only a level
price.
1 staff.
But it's
so
from the circle. You can't get into the circle as much anymore. That's fine. Then I'll just put this back. It's too expensive for your kind.
Fuck.
Looking at these weapons. Sorry, like we saw the Templar militia go through one of the previous places, and we've seen a couple of other militias. Is this recognisable equipment from any of those men?
There are some that obviously bear the symbols of Templar. There are some that have, as I mentioned before, the same sort of symbol that you have, the sort of potential Grey Warden symbol. And there's also a couple of them that have various, it's like sort of family markings or something. It looks like some of these at least were some kind of, possibly even heirloom weapons and stuff.
Okay.
What is my knife roughly at the moment?
I think you're easily in the 30s, if not higher, with your knives.
Joni, I need a favor.
Okay.
I want that staff.
Okay.
I want that staff that he's just hidden away.
Did I see where he put it?
Yes, he seemed to sort of slot it into a sort of, I guess, holder, for want of a better word, on the wall next to him. It's to his... If he was standing facing Ruth, it would be at his, 5 o'clock. So, behind him, slightly to the left.
Right.
Just club him from behind.
I was going to try more destructive than that. Can I step outside and perhaps turn into, a scary lion creature or something?
You can try if you want.
Yeah?
In the middle of town? Okay.
I just want to roar at him a little bit and then turn back into a cat thing once he runs out. And then you can just take it and be like, oh, this is mine.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll just take that.
That was kind of my plan. All I need to do is appear for a second and change back. So,
Okay.
shall I roll?
Yeah, roll.
Yep, cool.
Add your,
Jesus Christ, how do I do
add your
this
magic.
again? Is it .d20 still?
Yep.
3, 10.
You start changing. Nothing really happens, but you sort of move to all fours. You're convinced yourself you're changing, and you start going, rah! And
Look at you.
he looks over his counter at you and goes, "Your friend, are they all right?"
Not entirely sure, but they do good work.
Right.
They're good at their job. So.
Oh my god.
A cat person. She just does this sometimes.
As
Oh.
he's
It's away.
distracted, Ruth, maybe just grab it.
I'm talking to him. I can't. I
Can I
can't
hop
grab
on the
it.
counter then, like on the other side, and just start making a racket?
Sure. But you don't need to roll, you just jump on the counter, start continuing to a bit effectively caterwaul, and he goes,
What
Right,
is
well,
this
I'm gonna-
madness?
I'm gonna hang on a minute, and he turns around, grabs a broom, and starts walking off and starts trying to try and shoo Ginny off the counter.
I start knocking things off the counter
Alright,
and then climb up like the wall or something.
get off, you bastard! Good, get it, get
While
away.
this is going on, Ruth is just gonna like slyly take the staff out, replace it with a different staff in the holster, and then like put it down the hood of his the back of his like cloak and stuff. Just like, yes, thank you very much, and then just shuffle on out. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Okay, is anyone else grabbing anything while he's distracted swinging a broom at Ginny?
I think as all of this has started escalating, Wraith has started like stepping backwards out of the room, trying to be unnoticed. Like, I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm not involved
Shaking
this
my head
time.
and
I'm gonna
walking
let
away.
them do something.
Actually,
Is
I'm gonna
there
take some
an open
daggers as
window?
well.
Yes, you can just grab
As a
some daggers as well.
reward.
Is there an open window?
It's a sort of more of a sort of expanded caravan rather than an actual shop, but yes, you can easily run away, no problem.
Okay, I'm just gonna zoomy away. Zoom, 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 zoom.
All right. He turns round and he goes, "Oh, they've left. Oh well. Guess I better move this staff to the expensive side of the shop." And he picks up the one you replaced it with and walks over and slides into another barrel of staffs. Staves.
Oh, there was more. God damn it.
So,
Heist
You only got two
successful.
hands, Ruth.
Hmm.
You only have two hands, Ruth. Don't
That's
get ahead
very
of
true.
yourself.
Very true.
So you move away from the stall itself. The staff you now have does pulse with a quite strong power.
Ooh. Okay, what does it do?
Trying to remember. Wraith staff is a fire and what's
Fire
it?
and ice.
Fire and ice. This one does seem to have some sort of lightning power to it.
Ooh.
It's as you look at the symbol, it's very much a carved Gray Warden symbol.
Okay.
It looks pretty ancient.
Ooh, this is old. This might be referenced somewhere.
Junie
Well.
sidles up to you with gimme hands.
I'm gonna take one knife out of my batch of bandolier knives and be like, there you are, Julie, thank you very much for your help.
Kind of shoves it in the jacket, and you hear a lot of clinking.
Cling, cling, cling.
Every time she walks now, it's just clank, 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 clank.
You're not so stealthy now, though. They're going to hear you coming.
Silent spell.
Alright, fair. Clever girl.
She's going to take off the cloak and start waving it around and say, silent spell, and handing it to people.
That is a remarkably useful thing. Thank you, Johnny. We may call upon that at some point.
No, she's asking for someone to cast it.
Oh,
I don't have that ability.
I
no,
don't
no,
have
no.
that. I'm afraid either. Sorry, I thought you said you had it. Oh, sorry.
Kind of deflates a little bit. And then kind of shrugs and goes, oh, I'll have to stab more then. You know, kind of...
I have to throw
I
more
saw
then.
this image of she sort of stops for a second, looks like, aha! Runs, opens the cupboard where they left Vincenzo to find Vincenzo is not there. Just seems to,
And then just like a quiet... looking for him.
It's alright. Ruth's still around.
What's the
I
blade
don't
off in the
think
night?
Vincenzo ran away to actually go write his book.
That's
He's
not
got
really
enough stories at this point.
Yeah. He started writing the book. His
That's like the
first
idea they
book.
got lost in a cupboard somewhere and no one knows which cupboard it was.
For a second, I thought you meant more like Narnia. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah, no.
traveled into the cupboard and he's somewhere else.
He's went into the fade. You opened the
Oh,
door
potential.
of
The
one
fade
and went
cupboard,
into the
yeah.
fade. Into the fade.
The Fade cupboard.
He's trapped in there.
Maybe we'll see him again someday.
Well, looking at the symbol on Ruth's new staff, Wraith notes, well, we were just told about a Gray Warden encampment nearby. It may well be that this man's looted this gear from there. We should probably get down there like we were planning and find out whether that's the case.
Or he's looted it from a battlefield.
One way or the other. Could even be a battlefield and that building itself.
Yes, regardless, we should go anyway. It's best to try and get to some outpost that can give us something to do, instead of just wandering aimlessly around, getting into
Well, if
mischief.
if we're in luck, we can find Yevon. Surely he's hopefully on the way himself.
I hope he wasn't on this battlefield as wherever this man got all these things. It's not a pleasant thought. Let's go. Come along then.
All right.
How are we going? We'll actually need to buy new horses, though, won't we?
Well, you do
Skeletal
have a
horse
sort of
is fine.
skeletal horse, which is making a lot of the locals quite freaked.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Can Wraith go over to them and try and just calm the situation, just explain it's his horse and it's all good. I know it's not normal, but in Taventa, maybe we do this from time to time, and I'm from
Special
Taventa.
breed. It's a special Tavinta breed, you see.
There,
As
There
soon as
is
you
a
say
br-
to
there-
Winter, they start hurrying away, looking at you quite suspicious.
there
Wraith
is a
smiles,
breed of
knowing that was probably going to happen.
there is a breed of horse in the lore that looks like a kestrel kind of thing from like the Harry Potter movies.
A kestrel.
Yeah,
Thestral.
thestrals. Sorry.
Kestrel? What?
Kestrel?
I knew it was something like that. I knew it sounded something like that. But yeah, there is a breed of horse in Taventer that looks like those like undead kind of weird ass
I was
horses.
going to call it a Death Charger. It's-
All right.
Well, if we're to take the cart, then, well, Juniper, I don't mean to put you into service, so to speak, but if you're willing.
I mean, surely we have enough coin to buy another horse. Yes. Let's just buy another horse, and poor Juniper doesn't have to transform and pull us or the asses.
True. Good to know we have you as a backup, though.
It's
I mean,
a
it's-
useful backup, and I don't
it
think
is.
anyone wants to see Cat Horse anytime soon.
Everyone loves cat horse.
Meow. Meow.
All right. Jesus.
Let's purchase a horse then and be underway.
All right.
Preferably
Is
one of
Manny
you to
not
death.
still with us?
Yes, Manny is still with you.
Yes, Manny is still with us. That's okay.
Completely neglected him last episode.
Oh, poor Manny.
He was around, I think.
He was around because he ran inside the house going, nope, 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 nope. Away from
Yeah, I
all the
remember that.
bees.
Yep, that sounds like that's very well
So-
done, Manny.
Are you wanting to buy a horse? 2 horses? What are you going to do?
I think we probably should buy 2.
A
Poor,
backup horse.
poor undead horse can be put to
I like
rest.
undead horse. I like undead horse. What the fuck are we going to do with it otherwise? Like, don't ask Judy to kill the undead horse, please.
I was thinking we could just reduce its skull and have 2 chittering skulls.
How do you?
There's always that. If anybody else wants a souvenir.
I like the idea that the chittering horse is in like a big backpack, right? And all the various other bits and bobs are slowly so you try and dig him out, and you shake him a bit, and like a water bottle and some coins and an old receipt and a pencil just drop out of the skull because they've all like slowly gotten wedged in there.
Dust bunnies.
At the talk of buying another horse, then Wraith will lead Dead Horse around the back of the stables and give him one last pat on the head. Say, I'm sorry to do this, old boy. And he kind of, if he can, dispels everything but the skull, and kind of in the hopes that it will all just slump to the ground and he can then pick up the skull and bring it back to the rest of
Do a magic roll.
9.
You dispel what you think was the magic. The horse doesn't change. It just stands in front of you. It would be blinking, but it doesn't have any eyes.
Well, I didn't have any other active magics, so Wraith looks around to try and get some sense of, like, is there anything that's happened around him nearby that shows what he's dispelled?
The horse doesn't seem to be emitting magic anymore, but it doesn't seem to be, changed at all. It just stares at you with cold, soulless sockets.
What did you do?
I don't quite know. It seems that this thing is now animated on its own power. I've dispelled the magic. There's nothing that I'm doing to will this thing into life.
Ruth's gonna like gently prod it with his staff, the end of his other staff, not his new staff.
The horse just looks at the end of your staff that's poking it.
Are you all right there, horsey?
It just
Nod.
turns to look you straight at you with its soulless sockets. Doesn't do anything.
Let's see if it's still compliant, and Wraith tries to just lead it a little bit, just to see if it's willing.
You try and lead it, it doesn't seem to move. It seems to sort of tilt its head slightly towards you. It's not sure what you're doing.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay,
Come on,
well.
horsey. Walk on. Come on. Walk on.
The horse slowly, begrudgingly starts moving towards you.
That's right. One leg in front of the other. Good, good. This is very bizarre.
Can I give it a sugar cube?
You can give it a sugar cube if you want. You offer it a sugar cube, it contentedly starts chewing it and grinding it between its teeth. Just big fragments of sugar just falling around it. It seems quite content even though it didn't actually, eat it just chewed it up.
Ginny has learned her lesson for placating evil creatures.
I don't think it's evil. I think it's just like it has its free will again. I
Cursed.
think.
Cursed.
Well, if it's not going to leave of its own accord at this point, I suppose we could bring it with us.
It feels irresponsible to leave it.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. I say we'll take it with us, but we could like tie it to the back of the car and get 2 new horses to pull the car and.
Somebody
Whoever
could ride
wants, so somebody could ride it if they want to, but Ruth's just like, yeah, okay, this is very odd.
2 new horses, please. Thank you.
You go to the horse vendor. He just sells you 2 horses, 2 very mid-level horses.
Now, can we get some nice horses, and then we can get some cute ones and give them names?
No.
If you want to name them, that's fine. You can do that.
And then what colours are
There's a sort of chestnut-coloured one. There's a slightly red-coloured one. There's a black one. There's quite a sandy one. Well, whatever you really want.
I mean, because Junie.
You've kind of cut out a little bit there.
Oh, black horses are the cutest, I think. Does it have like a little star on it? And we can call it Black Beauty.
Let's say yes.
Yay! Anyone want to name the second one?
I'm not naming any horses because we have a running theme with losing horses. So naming them
Tiddles.
just
Tiddles. Okay. So you
Black
have
Beauty and Tiddles.
Black Beauty and Tiddles. Okay. That's your horses. What's the undead one named?
Didn't
Frank.
have
That's
a name.
Wraith's job.
Um,
That's your job, Wraith.
what to call him? Oh, I don't know.
Yevon. No.
Spookums.
Rude.
At that suggestion, Wraith will just go, yeah, spookums, that would do. And I suppose we should buy a saddle. Well, if you're saying this thing's mine now, yes, I'll have a fine leather saddle if you have one.
Coming up, young
yes,
master.
all right. Yes, all right. We'll just break the bank of I was gonna say Frankie, not Frankie. Break the bank of Ruth. Just gonna break the bank of.
I nicked
have my
that
own
money. Thank you
Oh,
very
all
much.
right then. That's fine. That's
That
fine.
was me.
and Jose.
And that big like vat of gold that was in your cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I nicked that. I nicked the whole thing.
So you now
Oh yeah, we've got a bank of money. Of course we do.
Yeah.
So you now have
fine,
2
then.
horses in a saddle for the undead horse.
Oh, Wraith will saddle up his horse then while everybody else is prepping the cart.
All right. So you prep the cart, you saddle your horse, and are you heading to this Grey Warden camp then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you set your way towards it. You follow the map. As you get to about maybe 5 miles away, you begin to see a lot of, behind you there's still a lot of smoke billowing to the air. The sky is quite dark, but you see a lot of crows around the area you're coming to.
Signs of that battlefield, perhaps. Crows like to feast on the deceased.
Let's take it slow as we go in. Keep our wits about us. Maybe we should stop the cart here and walk.
Could be that there are survivors. Unlikely, but
That's
certainly wouldn't
very
want to be
true.
taken unaware. So yes, I think we should make a perimeter and stop, park our horses, and yes, make our way into the center of the maelstrom, as it were.
Yes, we could always send someone back, and they can. Unless you want to take your undead horse with you, and then that way, if we do run into anybody, we can send someone back. To get
Would
the
give a
car.
vantage point. I would have a better view of things ahead of us, and if I lead the way, I could certainly call back and make sure that you can retreat in good time.
If you're comfortable with that, of course.
Well,
Don't
for the
know
good
what
of the
you-
group, and in the name of the Grey Wardens, and he tries to steel himself a little bit, remembering what the whole point of this adventure was in the first place.
He sticks out his chest. There is not much chest to stick.
You could
I
probably
do love
grab
how, like,
some,
Ruth and
xylophone
Wraith are,
and
like-
play.
They've got a good camaraderie now, you know? It's like built on several weeks of trauma.
So much trauma.
Relatively naive mages when this all began, and now we're murder hobos. And Grey Wardens, of course.
Oh god.
Become my worst nightmare. I'm supposed to be a healer.
Now you're friends with the Tevinter.
We're not quite there yet.
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance, yes. Friendly acquaintance.
Work buddies, at best. Associates.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, Wraith will lead the way, and we'll start a trudge towards the building that was marked on the map.
You start a trudge towards it. As you get to, you start seeing the outline of what looks like the shells of some buildings as you get closer, and you see this. As you get close enough to see the buildings themselves, you see there's definite signs of like charring on the outside, like it's been burned, and there's a strong smell of iron in the air.
Wraith calls back. Definitely been a battle over here. I can't see any signs of movement yet.
All right, we'll move in slowly.
Continue up and try and get a
Continue up.
glimpse into the buildings as best as we can.
You get to the sort of outlier buildings, and there's a strong smell of singed and burning wood, and iron still, and the ground seems to be covered in lots of crimson stains.
It's a grim affair. This is not looking good for our Grey Wardens.
In usual fashion, Wraith smells the air. Is it heavy with, like, death, basically?
Yeah. There's a buzz of insects around, and a definite sound of sort of sights of crows and insects and stuff around. Yeah.
I'm expecting like a pile of bodies or something, like a pile or a mass grave or something like that, with all the activity.
Are there any signs of tracks or footmarks heading in any, like, direction out of this place, showing where the people that did it have gone, potentially?
There's very old-looking tracks leading in and out of the village, and like multitude of people. As you get to the middle of the village, you see a mass. It's like someone's dug out a mass fire pit and filled it with bodies. There's just lots of charred bones lying around. You don't see any scraps of clothing on the bones. It's as if but you do see drag marks leading into the sort of pit from all around.
Wraith calls behind to everybody to kind of bring them up into the town that it's safe, and then gets down off of the horse and kneels over the pit. No, this is certainly no fit burial for any of these people. Looking at the bodies, is there any sign of how they were killed?
Considering all you can really see is basically charred skeletons, you can't really see much. You do notice that there's no skulls.
All of these bodies have been desecrated. There's no skulls anywhere to be found. He looks around. There's no, like, just heads on pikes or anything like that about the place.
Nothing you can see around you, no. There's like 4 sort of bigger buildings to look at in the area you're in. One looks like a sort of chantry building. One of them looks like a barracks. One of them looks like a sort of kind of like a sort of secondary, like sort of food hall kind of thing. And the last one just looks like a storehouse.
Well, there's no clear cause for any of this to have happened. We should begin searching the town. Well, has anybody got any ideas about which one of these buildings might be best to start in? Perhaps the Chantry?
The Chantry would be the one that organizes everything. That's where your revered mother dwells and commands her Templars, is it not?
Oh, yes.
We start with the administrative and then go into the barracks after.
Well, with no one around here to point us in any direction and no clear cause of the reason for all of this, yes, I can think of nothing better. And solemnly, gratefully walk over to that building, to the Chantry building, and it's kind of trying to look around for signs of, like, where did particular fracas happen? Like, is there signs of, like, bloodstains against walls? Was this a quick siege? That kind of, like, he's getting a sense of, like, where did everything happen? And
there's definitely like sprays of blood on walls and stuff like that. As you get to the Chantry building, you push open the door, and immediately there's a strong smell of decay coming from inside.
The last stand.
It's pitch black inside.
This is going to be grim.
I suggest you all steel yourselves. I've got some experience with the dead, of course, but you may see some things and smell some things that will stay with you for some time. I'm about to cast light, so any of you that don't want to witness this, I suggest perhaps there's another building, but if you're ready.
Ruth's going to take out a piece of cloth and just, like, wrap it around his face, cover his nose.
I suggest you all do the same. This is not going to be pleasant.
Junie is unperturbed.
All
right.
Well,
There.
Victor,
here we go.
don't lose your stomach. Don't lose your stomach.
I'm trying not to.
You might want to stay
Fair enough.
outside. You might want to stay outside.
Yes. Maybe I should.
There's a meme about Junie in the dark.
I'm going to stay outside. It's probably a good idea.
Watch our backs. There you go.
You push open the door and cast light. Immediately it's illuminated, and all along the edges of the sort of effectively pews or sort of seating areas, every end of them has a spike with a head on it. The faces are very sort of grotesque. Some of them look obviously like they've been severed post-mortem. Some of them don't. Some of them have very strange slash marks scarred along them, and you see on the wall, written in blood, the words liars. And as you sort of make your way towards the front, you see what looks like a very blood-covered Grey Warden chalice with a head floating in it, and written behind the chalice on the wall is "False Whore Mother." And as you look at the head in there, it's obviously the head of the chantry of this area anyway, because it's a very, like, the type of jewellery on her head and stuff like that makes you think that she was definitely at least some kind of relatively charged of some kind of finery rather than, you know, a sort of subordinate.
The head of the chantry.
Mm.
She's the chantry mother, so she'd be like the priest, the high priest of the village.
It seems somebody has a problem with the authority around here.
Yes, well, your chantry isn't exactly blemish-free.
I should say nobody is, ourselves especially. But, well, thankfully these people aren't here to judge us, I suppose. But we should certainly find them and, well, I suppose we shall be the judges at that point.
I wonder...
Ruth's gonna wander up to the Grey Warden chalice and be like, "Whose head is that?" Just like, I hope it's not Yevon's head.
No, it's as I said, it's the her hair is sort of lying down the edges of it. It's like someone's poured more blood on top of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the head's been chunked in it and just had blood poured on top of it, like it's running down the hair on the outsides and trickling around on the floor.
Lovely. I was going to take that chalice because it's a Grey Warden. I assume it's part of the joining thing, but I don't want to now. Don't really want to touch anything in this place.
No. Looking at the floor, is it wood? And what's the state of it right now?
It looks like not quite marble, but it looks like it's at least polished stone. And there's just blood in every single crack at the moment. It's just caked all over the floor.
Are there any footprints in the blood?
There are a couple of footprints seem to go to each of the heads in turn and then back out the door again. So it's like someone basically walked in, spiked a head, walked out, got another head, came in, spiked it, and worked their way around.
Okay. Wraith takes note of the size and if there's a particular imprint style. He's made a mental note of this.
It looks human or elven.
Okay. When we get back outside, he'll be looking for tracks. But for now, that's enough.
I'm assuming that there'll be an office for like the chantry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose we'll just want to wander in there and see if we can find any more information about movements and things, or maybe where supplies are going.
Okay.
What Grey Wardens, if there was any mention of the Grey Wardens, where they were going and stuff.
You walk into the office, you look around. There's obviously the quite large holy book lying open with a massive blood splatter all over the open pages. As in, someone may have been reading it and clunked in the back of the head, and it's just covered the book in blood. The rest of the room looks ransacked, like someone was looking for something.
Ah, this is interesting. We're not the only ones to come looking for something.
I wonder if they found what they were looking for.
Let's have a look. Let's snoop.
Is anything conspicuously missing? Like with my cat thief senses, can I notice any blank spots in the walls?
With your cat thief senses, you notice that anything even remotely valuable seems to be missing.
Is there any... Okay.
Generic burglars, maybe?
Can't see them having written that stuff on the walls, calling them liars. It seems that they have a history with this place. It may be that they're mentioned in some of the texts around here as potentially a ledger of local events.
You dig around. It seems you'd expect there to be records and ledgers and stuff. You find a sort of small room behind that seems to have all the sort of ledgers and stuff written in very neat handwriting. The most recent one seems to be missing.
Very conspicuous alongside all those items. Could be somebody was sick of living here, simply wanted to get away. This could be their getaway plan. Steal things to make their way in the world.
Yes, but there's so much easier ways of, and less messy ways of doing it.
Yes, that's true. Desperate people, though, do desperate things. A whole village. One person as well. Well, we should continue the search and perhaps check the other buildings and see. Well, I don't even want to hazard a guess that there might be a survivor, but some more information at the least.
I highly.
Evidence of more weapons being used. Like, does someone have an axe wound? Does someone hammer wound? You know, kind of.
When you look at most of the heads, some of them have definitely been hit with blunt objects as well as sharp ones. Like, there's obvious signs of, bruising from. You've seen enough impact wounds over the years to sort of know what the sort of glancing blow of a club, for example, would do to someone compared to hitting with a sword. As you can tell that there's at least, from the sort of light bruising and blood splatter on a couple of them, you can tell that it's been a range of blood and sharp weapon. You don't seem to see none of the heads look like they've been pierced at all. Like, some of the jaws look out of line and stuff, but there's no arrow wounds. There's no there's no obvious sign that someone's been stabbed in the head or anything like that. They're surprisingly clean despite the sort of bits of bruising and stuff.
So they've all got clobbered and... Okay.
Taking in the way that the heads have been organised and the state of the room and everything, it's almost like some kind of dark ritual or something that they've set up, or even maybe kind of ironic, of the liars now having to sit in their pews, or something, I don't know. Irrespective. You're muted, Amy.
Let's go check the barracks and
Okay.
see if we can shed any more light on this.
When you check the barracks itself, again, it just looks ransacked. Like, anything of any kind of value has been taken and removed from the area. It's been properly ransacked down to the last blanket.
Even the damn blankets.
They've been very thorough.
Yes, it's almost as if they're clearing the place to sell on. I
can't imagine. Now, surely that salesman couldn't have done all of this. You don't think?
Let's continue investigating but it's worth bearing in mind. Now I'm even more annoyed.
Okay.
Is there any correspondence for the captain, I'm assuming, or the
There, literally every single room has been almost destroyed, and every box turned over for anything potential valuable could be in it.
Okay. All right. So then in the food hall.
You go into the food hall. You notice there looks like there were several plates of food lying out that remain untouched, but all cutlery and even some of the benches have missing.
It really looks like they've been murdered for their stuff.
Hmm.
In a way, but by a psychopath.
Could be subterfuge, could be some kind of attempt to waylay the investigation, leaving those messages.
Possibly, but...
If this man travels from town to town doing this, it could be that he's learned some tactics over time to cover his tracks a little bit.
Oh, I pray we're not dealing with a serial murder. That's horrific.
Well, we shouldn't point the finger yet. Let's keep going.
No, it's all circumstantial at this point still, but awful. Right, what's in this food hall? Oh yeah, we've been in the food hall.
You go and look at the storage. The storage, it's weird. It's like one corner of the storage seems to have a couple more barrels. And when you look through them, they look like they've been packed quite tightly with stuff. Like everything from possessions, cutlery, pieces of cloth, everything. It's like someone put everything in one pile to take with them and thought, well, I'll come back for this lot.
Ah,
Dash.
So there's like maybe 5 barrels worth of stuff.
Well, it looks like we may need to hang around a little longer, see if whoever it was comes back. We'll know if it was that salesman
Yes.
if we keep our eyes on this.
and we could possibly interrogate this that chap. Discover if he's just being an opportunist or is he the actual culprit of his poor
Yes.
souls.
Well, if it's agreeable with the entire group, then I suppose we should find somewhere within one of these buildings that's relatively clean and camp out, find some space, and await the arrival of whoever it is that's left this stuff here.
I'm actually more inclined to remain in our cart. If I'm honest, I don't really want to use one of these houses, nor do I think they're completely safe. The cart seems a bit more.
Looking around, are there signs of combat and bloodshed in the storage room?
Yes. There's
And
there's sign of like, yeah. There's the amount of blood splatter and stuff around is overkill. A lot of overkill.
Like it's literally like every room has like had someone butchered in it. Basically, I'm imagining as they've all like ran to flee, kind of thing. They've just been mowed down as they've like, yeah. Ruth's like, I'm going to the cart. Nope, you're fine.
I just realised how dark I am at the moment. Hang on,
yeah.
hang on a second. I'll put. Oh no, I will put. I thought that had something in. I'll put the thing back up, and I will put a.
Oh, I know.
There we go. I should be a lot more illuminated now.
Yes, we can see your lovely face.
Oh, but the Discord thing has stopped. 1 second. There we go.
Hi, Frankie.
Oh.
Yes.
When I click on that, it goes away again. 1 second. That's very strange. There we go. Now if I go back to this, yes, there we are. Cool. I'm now not as in the shadows as I once was. But yes,
Thank you.
you go back to the adorable. You go back to the cart and you wait. About as morning comes around, you hear a small cart like roll towards you, being pulled by a single horse. There's about 4 men on the back of it. And you watch from where you are as you see them pull up and begin to start loading the last of the barrels onto this cart. What do you want to do?
I would like to blow up their cart,
Can if you want.
but
We should all take positions, I think,
Mm,
and
yeah.
be ready.
Should we like create like a perimeter around them, or shoot from attack from shadows?
Are the other buildings close enough that we could kind of like skulk on like a corner of a building each, kind of thing?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'll
let's
be
do
Wraith's choice then. He'll find the closest kind of like corner where he's going to be able to be in range to fire something off, and
Yeah.
be kind of like holding back, peeking his eye out now and again.
Okay.
Ruth will take like an opposite side, so they can maybe like do like crossfire with magic, maybe.
All right. So at this point, they load the third barrel, and you hear one of them go, "It's awful heavy. Why does Father Benjamin need all of this stuff? You keep quiet. You're not paid to think. You're paid to move the cart in the cart. Get on with it." So they're kind of very grumpily moving stuff onto this cart now. So there's been 3 or 4 barrels left.
Okay. I would like to launch a stun at both of them to try and
Okay.
If they're holding the barrel, then I want the barrel to drop and hurt them. So.
All right. Do a roll. Let's go back to the dark for a second till I see the dice rolls.
+5. 24.
24. Yes, you shoot a stun. There's a, and then there's a very sickening squelch sound as the person lifting the barrel has fallen from the cart and basically squashed him. He emits a scream, an ear-piercing scream, and and everyone sort of looks over. He's broken both of his legs. He is lying, literally with the barrel like pinning him to the ground.
It's fine. I can heal him later.
Where were the other two as this happened?
Rowan, you're muted.
Okay, I got it. Should we question him first?
Yeah, that's why I'm not killing him. That's why I'm like, I can heal him later.
So
That's why I want to know where the other two are before anything else.
One had just turned his back from helping him move the thing on. The other two were in the storage, just rolling one of the last barrels towards it. The one that was just turned his back to him and go, "What have you done now? How have you done that? Do you not know health and safety? You can't live for that. Now stop your screaming, let's get it off you." And he starts rolling off him. The squelch as it's like crunching through bone.
Oh.
As this is happening, Wraith runs round the corner and tries, if he can, close the door on the warehouse and cast Thorned Roots on it, and at the same time shout back, "Quickly, grab him!"
Okay. So you've locked two of them in the storehouse. The remaining one looks up and goes, "Wait, what?"
Ruth's gonna. I'm assuming I'm a bit further away.
Yeah.
Let's launch another stun.
All right. Roll.
I keep. $19.
Yep,
I'm getting rolls today.
You stun the guy who's lifting the barrel. He shudders. He drops the barrel, permanently silencing the one that was screaming. It lands fully on top of him.
Oops. It's fine. We've got one body at least.
It's a
We've got two in the
very sickening squelch.
Oh, that wasn't my intention, but all right.
Guess there's only 3 of them now.
The one remaining draws a very rusted looking sword and starts sort of moving around Wraith.
Can I try and dagger him in the back if Wraith gets out of the way?
Yep. Roll to dagger.
You might want to prepare a dodge, Wraith, just in case.
Well, he'll be backing away from the guy with the sword, away from the door as well.
25!
Yep.
Nice.
You shunk a dagger, it shoots him straight in the hip. He howls and drops to his knees, dropping his sword.
Tie him up, Junie.
Gimme hands for another dagger.
No, Junie, we need to talk to him.
That I stabbed him.
Yes, but we need to talk to him. So you'll get to stab him later. It's fine.
He sits back with a front arms
It's okay.
crossed.
It's okay. There's 2 other people that you'll maybe get to stab too. Don't worry. It's fine.
Full on airplane ears as you're refusing to give her a dagger for doing a good job.
I will give it to you later.
So, this man is now howling in pain. His sword is fallen. He's dropped to his knees. He's clutching at the wound as blood is slowly trickling down his back. Well, down his hip.
Right, friend. Might want to sit down. Put some pressure on that.
What's going on?
Well, we're going to have a chat about your little operation here. Now.
He just keeps screaming at you.
if you pipe down a bit and answer our questions, I'll make this a little bit more easier on you.
He again just keeps screaming, and you notice his hand wiggling at the dagger to try and get it free.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Right. Ruth's gonna just pull the dagger out and then put his hand over it and cast a slight heal.
Okay.
So he's still bleeding and still wounded, but the pain is kind of like lessened a bit.
Okay. So you pull the dagger out, you cast a small heal on him. He still continues to scream and sort of twitch against his bonds, but he looks at you with how dare you eyes.
Well, it hurts less, doesn't it?
He just stares a hole through you and doesn't say anything apart from occasionally wincing.
All right,
I
well,
go up to him, hold a dagger in front of him, and be like, "Answer the question."
see, she'll make it worse. I'll at least make it better.
He sort of, once you say that, he sort of stops looking at the dagger and sort of looks at Ginny and then goes, "No, I think she's actually crazy enough." And then looks at you and goes, "What do you want to know?"
Well, how long have you been doing this operation here?
What operation?
Well, how long have you been coming to this spot to collect the stuff?
Well, the last week or so, yeah.
And who's Father Benjamin?
He just looks at you confused. He's like, it's Father Benjamin.
But the chantry is usually run by women.
He's what chantry is this? I've not heard of this.
Well, who's Father... What?
He is the Maker's image.
Oh, great. Another idiotic chantry cult.
We are not a
Perfect.
cult. We are a way of life. Father Benjamin is the truth.
And what did Father Benjamin say about this place and the people here?
That they were liars and thieves.
What did they exactly lie about?
Well, they're Gray Wardens. They're all liars and thieves.
Why?
Well, isn't that how they get Gray Wardens? They, recruit liars. I remember when I was a kid, they came to my village and took that thief away to be a Gray Warden.
No, actually, I think you've mistaken that for an act of redemption.
No, they came in my village. They took that five-fingered bastard that's stolen all those women's clothes. They said he was going to repent and become a Grey Warden.
Yes.
They recruit liars and
repent.
thieves. They don't recruit decent folk. They're all liars and thieves in the Grey Wardens.
Well, that's not exactly a lie either. Oh dear. Wraith, even. Wraith, what do you think we should do with this?
Well, we at least know who's responsible for this. But, well, are you, man, you down there, did you do this, you and your compatriots? Did you kill all the people here? Are you responsible for this, or are you simply looting these people?
We did the Lord's work.
Oh, so you murdered them all?
No,
No?
we gave them swift death. That wasn't murder. It's better
Even
than they
the-
deserved.
Even the children?
What?
Even the children?
What
if there was
children? Grey Warden
Oh,
can't have children.
Oh, well, actually, that's quite useful.
Well, tell us, where is this father of yours?
Well, why? Do you wish to convert?
Possibly.
Yes. At least we would wish to converse with him and know of his ways. Maybe that you're onto something.
You'd have to speak to... Oh, he's dead. Guess I'm in charge now. I don't know about that. I don't know if you'd be the type he likes. You don't like them magic types, so don't know about that.
What do you mean he doesn't like the magic type?
He believes magic is the reason people don't believe in the Maker no more.
Oh. Oh, but that's not true. You see, our talents are gifts from the Maker to help the cause.
They're lies from the Darkspawn and the devils themselves.
Well, perhaps maybe not Wraith and I, but Victor here might want to go. Juniper, she might want to go.
Can I kill him yet?
Shush, Juniper, shush.
Not now, Juniper. We're playing pretend.
Okay. Waves the dagger handsome. He doesn't know the rules.
See, she would be an excellent foot soldier for your I'd hate to say the word cleansing, but
The end of days is coming. Father Benjamin has seen it. We need to all be armed and ready.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure. Victor, why don't you chat with our friend here and see if you want to go along to meet their Father Benjamin. Shall we just walk over here, Wraith?
Yes, we'll leave you to discuss matters of the faith.
Junie, don't stab him until you hear him out.
Well, what
Just
do you
get out
want?
the character sheet. Am I the good cop or the bad cop?
I mean, probably good cop because I'm holding a knife at him.
And I do have.
So how many words
Oh.
accounts to hearing him out here? Like, is she counting words?
I thought I had. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong bloody
Or is
character
it
sheet.
until
That's why.
Junie gets bored?
I don't know. You're maybe gonna have to roll for that.
Roll for attention span, -2.
That one, I think. Copy of character sheet 3.
I see this is all prepared beforehand.
I was looking at my character sheet. I was like, wait a minute.
That's the wrong one.
I don't have. I'm sure I had a skill somewhere in here for taunt, intimidate, bluff, or a bit of both. Awareness. As a good cop, I will use my bluff. No, yeah, I'll try and bluff. Where's the dice rolling channel?
It's below the Dark Tide channel.
Plus awareness. Oh, nice.
What are you doing?
All right. I'm good copying him into bluffing that. Oh yeah, we totally want to join the cult.
Where does he live?
Okay. So,
I'm trying to keep my stomach in check as well at the same time, because
Okay.
Jesus Christ, there's a reason why I chose to stay outside initially.
you start talking to him about wanting to join. He just looks and goes, you'd be the sort we'd like. You look like a decent young man. But we need to... The principles we live by are strict. There's no pleasure in life apart from, getting the Lord's work. The Gray Wardens are liars. They need to be put down. We will end the Darkspawn taint when it comes. Gray Wardens have nothing to do with it. Anything, Tom?
I'm trying to work out what the response is for that. I guess.
The Grey Wardens
Can I
take
roll
liars and
for-
thieves. We take decent, trained people. Our people will be better than theirs.
I want to roll for Junie's attention span so badly.
Alright, roll.
Are the Darkspawn not a more pressing issue?
Yeah.
The
Huge.
Darkspawn will be taken care of. We can do it ourselves. The Grey Wardens lie to people and they think they can get social graces by just pretending to be something they're not. They're all liars.
What are they pretending to do?
They're pretending.
I'm sorry.
They're pretending to save the world, where all they do is they just sit around for generation after generation saying, we're Gray Wardens. They don't do anything. They're just they're just a group of people who are just liars and thieves. They don't do any actual work, they just pretend to.
I mean,
You ever seen a Darkspawn?
Yes.
yeah, quite a few.
Yesterday.
He just narrows his eyes at you like he's trying to work out if you're trying to bullshit him or not.
Okay, can I roll for attention span?
Yep.
What should I be rolling?
Just do a generic D20 and we'll see what happens.
Are you still doing a -2?
No, just
Should I do a -2?
Just do a generic
That's
one.
up to you.
We'll see what we get.
Okay. 17.
Juniper is mostly attentive, but she's beginning to get distracted by other things. She notices that he's
Butterfly
got.
up ahead.
She notices he's got a bag of gold on his belt.
Like,
Hello, cat.
She's starting to get the glazed eye look of like slightly unfocused. Starting to kind of look down at the bag a bit too much, you know?
Ruth's just gonna like literally facepalm and be like, oh, for God's sake, Judy. I can see you.
The tip of the tail twitching back and forth. She's
He
getting
notices
just a little bit irritated.
He notices you looking at his gold, and he waits for the moment for you to be looking down, and he just charges forward, and smacks Junie out of the way and just keeps running.
I thought he had
Nice.
a.
His arms were restrained, but his legs weren't.
His arms are restrained, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he got a thing in the hip.
He does.
Yeah.
He got a slight heel, so he's now just
He could
sprinting
be
off into the
like-
distance.
I'll fire off Thorn Roots and try and stick him in place.
Alright, roll magic.
18.
Yep, you Thorn Root. He just immediately goes straight, flat down, lands with a sort of slightly wet plunk as he lands face first in the mud. And you see him rolling around trying to get back up to his knees.
Shall we ask the other two?
Well, I'm hesitant to let them out, but if this man won't play ball, then...
I don't think he will.
Shall we
He's
just
not
kill
going
him?
to give. Yes.
Yep,
Let's ask
he pulled
the
me
other
over. Judy murder time.
Okay.
And I
He's
just
gonna
walk
walk
up to him and
away.
slit his throat.
Wraith is going to run over and grab him by the scruff of the neck and go, "Did you hear all of that? This is your last opportunity. You can speak if you wish now. Tell us where Father Gregory is."
I'm gonna walk out at this point. I've had enough.
Who's Father Gregory?
Father Benjamin.
Hello, Gregory. Benjamin, Gregory, whatever his name is, the father.
I go to his side.
Go to his side. Oh, well,
He
so be it.
He just stares you in the eye as Junie walks over and slits his throat. His gaze doesn't move from your eyes, even as he's sort of burbling.
Let go of him and drop him into the mud and leave him, because he's a murderer as it is. Screw him.
Okay.
Gonna wipe the dagger on his shirt and steal his money.
Okay.
And any other weapons and daggers he has.
Is there any like maps or paperwork or like parchment or anything on him?
Nothing on him, nothing on the one that we've got squished.
Okay. Forgot by the one that got squished.
All right.
By the door then, with his hand ready to dispel the thorn roots. Well, if you guys are ready, we'll stun these people, I suppose.
Yes, I'll ready one.
Okay.
We'll get the dagger out.
You remove the roots in the door opens. Immediately there's a man standing, holding a barrel, looking at you, and he goes,
Oh, he
Hello?
doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything.
what? Huh?
We know Pupsky's voices by now.
Yep. What about the other one?
You don't see the other one at the moment.
Okay, I'm just gonna stun him first then. No, I'm not. 8.
You shunt him, he just sort of stands there looking at you confused.
That was the wind.
Yes.
The
Come
wind.
on
Strong
out.
breeze.
Come on out. Come on out.
Okay. just happily walks towards you with this barrel in his hand.
What's your name,
Just keeps
stranger?
walking, sits on the cart. Harold.
Harold, where have you come from today, Harold?
Oh, we come from the camp over there, and he points to a bit, kind of the way you came, but slightly more, like further up the stream.
And is Father Benjamin there with you?
Yeah, he's there, yeah.
Perfect. Junie?
What?
That's all we need to know.
Can you get him to point the direction, and I can just start meandering over in that direction?
Can you just repeat? Just point to me exactly where you went.
Yeah, just over there. And he points, and he goes, yeah, just over there. Yep.
And how many guards? How is there a lot of people there?
Oh yeah, big congregation. Yeah.
Oh, how many? How big is it?
You see him looking, and he starts taking his fingers out and going.
Is it many fingers? Is it many hands of fingers, Harold?
Starts pointing his finger and going along them again and again and again. After about 4 minutes of him looking at his finger, and goes, 12
Sorry?
12
12T.
Can I hear any of this
100
through the door?
Yes.
120. Okay.
I'm gonna shake my head. And take
Right, is he
further action.
doing 4 fingers, 5 fingers, or 10 fingers while doing this?
He seems to be missing a finger, so he seems to be counting to 4 every time.
Okay. So, if he's counted 4 times 12, which brain math? Oh god, 48.
Oh no.
48 is that roughly correct? I didn't even get a calculator up. I hope that's
Yes,
correct.
that is right.
Woo!
Okay.
This will take some planning.
Probably best we not assault the place directly. But you've been a very helpful friend to us, thank you. And he pats this guy on the back.
No problem. I was gonna get the last barrel. He just wanders his way.
Where's your other friend? Where's your other friend?
He looks around going, I don't know. Where's Gregor? He's like, oh, there he is there. He's having a sleep. He points to the crushed man on the floor. He goes, he always lies down. He goes,
No, I mean in the one that went in the barn with you, in the storage room with you.
He sort of looks at you quite blankly and looks at the storage room and looks at you again like he's not sure what you're talking about.
Was no one with you?
Well, no.
I mean, one of them did come out earlier to go see Gregory, and then he's the guy we just interrogated. So it could just be 3 of them.
I'm sure it was 4.
I'm sure it was 4, because 2 went in the barn and we dealt with 2 outside. Because Wraith had locked 2 of them in, so there has to be a second one somewhere, and Harold's either not remembering or Pete is taking us for a ride. And being sneaky.
Either way, I'm going to follow the directions that Harold pointed me in and just kind of meander along and see what I find, you know?
Okay.
Preferably being quiet.
Be careful.
Ruth's gonna look for the other person, because he's convinced there's another person.
Okay.
Ray will have a chat with Harold and try and find out more about how he joined this congregation, and he's really trying to get the measure of whether or not he's like just really dumb, and maybe he could be pointed in another direction that might be a bit better for him.
He just started talking to Harold. I was like, yep, I joined with Barry. Barry's good. Very good friend. Yeah.
Yes, Barry? Is it? He's not around here. He's not part of your group, is
Oh, Barry's here. Barry. Oh no, Barry's not here. Barry's not. Nope. Barry not here. Nope.
Oh.
He walks in and starts picking up this barrel.
Hang on. And Wraith will follow him into the storeroom to try and, whilst being wary of like maybe Barry's in here waiting.
Yeah, because I've gone in looking for Barry. I'm assuming this is Barry that the other person I'm looking for.
Like, where's this other person? Do I see anybody else in the storeroom?
Nope.
No, there's nobody.
Not that you can see,
Wait.
no.
Are we dealing with a ghost? Or a
many-
spirit?
Did we look through all of the barrels when we first came in here?
Yes.
No. Oh, we
Yeah,
did.
you saw that they were all full of stuff. You didn't look through them, but no, you kind of could see they were all kind of full of stuff.
Shall we check the barrel?
Yeah, let's check the barrels again.
Well, you guys can.
Yeah.
Alright. So he walks this last barrel to the cart and puts it on. You sort of climb up the cart and look in the barrels. All the barrels look like they're full of, I said, like weapons and cutlery and sheets and blankets and stuff.
There's no, like, Wraith is perplexed looking around this storeroom,
Yeah.
wondering where this friend is. Checking the floor, there's no trapdoor or anything like that in this room, is there?
Roll awareness.
Yeah, I'd like to check the walls as well.
Okay. You roll awareness as well then?
23.
23. Rith checks the floor, can't find anything. Rith checks the walls. They don't find anything immediate, but they do find like there's a small window that would be just big enough for someone to squeeze through, if they got sort of bisted up to it.
Wraith, you're taller than I am.
Well, I'll try and take a peek. And if he has to, Wraith will grab the window and try and pull himself up to look out through.
Alright. It just looks like it sort of disappears off into the distance. There's no obvious signs that you could easily go through it, put it that way. But there doesn't look like there's any sign of anyone nearby.
Well, it's a way of getting out of here, that's for sure. And if he's gone, then he's long gone. I can't see him out there.
I wonder where it goes.
Well, it's just back outside.
Yes, but outside. I wonder where it goes outside. That might have a clue.
Well, let's look around the back of this building and see if there's any footprints or anything that might lead off.
Yes. See if our second mystery man has disappeared. Escaped on us.
Alright.
Can we have a look outside to
Yeah,
see if we can...
you go around and have a look outside. There's definitely sound of there's definitely fresh footprints on the ground.
There
Landed
you
from the
are.
window.
There you are.
Well,
Alright.
looking off in the distance that they're going in, like, is this headed off to Woodland or...
Is it headed off towards where Junie's heading?
It's headed up towards Junie's heading, yeah.
Ah, so he's already, like, scarpered. Made a run for it.
Oh, could be that he's trying to give a warning. They may well be
Yes.
prepared for us. This could be worse than we expected.
And Junie's already off ahead.
At this
How
point,
far have I gotten?
you've gotten maybe about... You're still walking along the river at the moment, I guess. At this point, Ruth and Wraith their thoughts are interrupted by, do you know how to start a horse?
Funny you should ask. After a fashion.
Maybe we leave him with Manny.
Harold and Manny.
Oh God. I ship it.
I do, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The two...
Two absolute fucking himbos.
Yep. Best friends. One slightly smarter than the other.
They finish each other's sentences. They share smoothies.
Yes.
They tentatively hold
Protein
hands
shakes.
while riding the cart. Like,
Not smoothies, protein shakes.
Yep.
yep.
Harold, why don't we introduce you to our friend Manny?
Oh, wonderful.
I think you're-
always like to
I
meet
think-
friends.
Yeah, you and him are going to get on like a house on fire.
The house is on fire?
No, the house is not on. Literally, it's a phrase. Turn of phrase.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, Manny will look after you.
Okay. So,
Oh my god.
as you introduce Harold and Manny, and Ginny heads her way towards the Father Benjamin camp, I think we'll probably wind up there, and we will continue this as a sort of part 2 next time. So,
Good lord.
does anyone have anything they wish to add or query before we wind up?
Poor Victor is just like I've had so much death and destruction. I've just had it up to here. I think he might actually, as a character, like, I don't want to make a new character because, but I think like his character is reaching the end of his tether. I don't think he can deal with this for much longer.
Yeah, I'm
I can't think of a way to like make the character work in this situation.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like I had the thought that if we meet Father Benjamin, he might convert.
Maybe.
And it's like briefly that thought flickered through my head, and I was like, "Oh, Victor might convert and like turn against us here." But
Because I mean, I've seen
Have a good old villain
what
arc,
Gray Wardens do, and
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's not exactly super wrong.
No, he's not. Because when he was going on about it, I was like, just thinking back to when like the second or third episode that he was in, and I'm like, oh no, he really doesn't like us.
Looking there. Thank you.
But it's so
Very
good though,
cute.
Tom.
Yep, you've witnessed us at our worst for sure.
I'm here for the Victor villain arc though.
Yeah, if it turns out he does, then that'll be a really cool arc. But we'll see what happens.
All right.
It's all in the dice.
So yes, we will wind up Dark Tide there. So our next streams for this week are tomorrow night. Mr. Greg is back in the DM chair to do his Verlasting stories. That's a D&D 5th ed thing we do. So that's tomorrow night with Eden, Amy, Dragon, and Mr. Greg. Is there a fourth person?
And Coakley.
Coakley, that's the one. I was like,
Coakley's
there's a fourth
joined us.
person. I was like, I can't remember who the fourth person is.
How dare you forget Coakley?
So yes, there's that. Then Tuesday, with myself and Mr. Tom here, doing Bar Trauma with Meow and Zeph. Then afterwards, I'll be doing some very, very terrible indie horror. As in, I've been on a mission to try and buy the cheapest indie horror that I think will be playable. So I've got a couple that I got for like 30p and stuff. They're bad. They're going to be fucking bad. Wednesday, should me and Barry
time on?
playing Neo 2. Thursday, I think, is our first Halloween recording. So Thursday night will be a one-shot RPG on this channel. It will be, I think, if I remember right, featuring Modified Roll, which I don't know if any of you know are another actual play D&D podcast. I think they're run by Jordan. I think Jordan's the DM, who is an awesome, I think he's originally Irish. I think he lives in the UK now, if I remember right. But yeah, awesome dude. Genuinely a lot of time for the guy. So, but I'm looking forward to running for them. Friday is Raft, and then probably Ghost Watchers again. Then next Sunday more Dark Tide. So that is the schedule for us for the next week. I think that is everything. Unless anyone has anything else to wish to add.
Not particularly.
Already.
All right.
I think Junie has just become more and more morally bankrupt. Series has gone on. Like, she started off pretty low, and has just gotten more and more dedicated to it.
More and more dedicated to murder.
Over time, as the lack of consequences came back again and again and again, what was the point in not doing it?
Exactly.
What's up where she's going to get a disappointed look?
She
Why?
was giving me a disappointed look just now, actually. It's sort of like,
How dare you, mother?
are you looking at flies? Is that what you're trying to search for? There was a fly.
As you can say, if you realise you were talking to the cat, I was like...
This is where everyone finds out that the Juniper voice is just the voice I use for Juniper. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. I can see your ear twitching. Oh, hi.
All right. Well,
Oh, hi.
your choices for who we raid into. There's a random guy that does industrial music, but I don't think anyone else apart from me would be caring about that. There's someone
Industrial music.
I
yes,
like industrial music.
a South African DJ who does industrial sort of electro stuff and metal. There's someone playing Spirit of the North, which is a game where I think, as far as I can tell, you play as a fox. There's also someone that lives in Ireland, if that makes any difference. And then there's someone playing Resident Evil. Oh no, and there's someone playing Fatal Frame, but I don't know much about Fatal Frame. So, up to you
Horror
guys.
series, take photos of ghosts. Quite scary.
A bit like Resident Evil in Penance.
Yeah. Yeah, Resident Evil, but I believe it is Malaysian
Ooh,
in origin.
okay.
I think.
So, what is your thoughts?
Ooh, let's have a check out that one, I think.
Yeah,
you
very
That
quite
sounds
good?
quite interesting.
It's
All
good.
right,
Yeah.
that is Mr. Cosmic Bunny. He is as far as I understand, he is a metalhead as well. He does a lot of, I think he's quite open about his mental health. There's a lot of awareness for depression and anxiety and stuff like that. So yes, we'll go and raid over Cosmic.
stuff.
He is again, decent dude. He's wearing bunny ears. It looks a fantastic game. So let's go over and see Mr. Bunny. So yeah, you all take care, folks. We'll catch you in a future stream. Till then, good night. Waving.
Bye.
Come on, waving.
Waving
Bye.
time.
Waving time.